Hello, Larry here, and welcome back to my Lake Mega Base for Planet Crafter series. Yes. And from the previous episode, I told you we were going to start on the actual build itself. And it's taken a very interesting turn. So I went ahead and added some stuff to the map to get the pressure going and get the heat going, because I needed to unlock several items to make things go a little bit easier. I wanted to get the better heaters going. I absolutely needed the biodome so I could get the biolab, because, I wanted those upgrades for the jetpack, which I did do. Really no big deal. But yeah, that was the main thing. I needed to get that done. And of course, adding some nuclear power, just make life a little bit easier. But we've had our complications. Oh, big complications. Oh, huge complication. Now, we're over here at the superalloy base. And this was just a little base over here in the aluminum area that I went ahead and built because, yeah, we can go collect some superalloy, but it's limited. And for how much superalloy I needed for the Mega Base build, I needed materials. So I went ahead and crafted up 5 of these ore extractors, which of course gives me the aluminum and all that I need, because I'll take you right here. In order to make superalloy, you need cobalt, iron, magnesium, silicone, titanium, and aluminum. So it made sense to put the ore extractors over here. Plus, I could build, I could make 15, a whole locker full and take it over to where I'm building the base at. So it made life easier. Plus, I had some food over here, so, I could self-sustain over here. And of course, I have my water collector, put my radar dish up here for the emails. So, it's worked out really well. And I went ahead and I built this solar array over here, because the great thing with these big panels, they're easy to build. They put out, 19 kilowatts or something like that. And you can build them in mass quantity. It's no big deal. Which, of course, if you look at the first generation of nuclear power, it only produces 86.5, but you need uranium, where these are putting out 19.5, and you just have to grab aluminum. Well, since the aluminum base is right here, it made sense to build this array. So, life is good. But, this is on land. This is supposed to be the Mega Base lake build. And I'm going to show it to you. And boy, did I make a massively huge mistake. I mean, critical mistake. And whatever you do, don't start building on the lake until it's full. Yes. As you can see, I'm just slightly under. And what I had done is I tried measuring off these rocks in one of my other maps, and I didn't think anything of it, so I thought I was up high enough. Well, unfortunately, I just barely missed it. If you can see, the floor is changing colors. That's how close I am to the water. Unfortunately, the water is up just high enough that I cannot put anything on this lower floor. Yes, things are great at 99.9 of the lake. I could add stuff to this floor, but once it hit 100% and it started into the moss, I could no longer put anything on this floor. So, let me show you this so you don't make this mistake. let the water, if you're going to build on the lake, do this. Let it fill up. And once it goes into the moss stage, then it's time to build your base. And what you can do is just go ahead and just set this. Once it turns green, go ahead and build it. And then you can turn around and start placing everything under it, around it, however you want to do it. But whatever you do, don't start your base until the lake fills up. Because now, I have to tear this base apart. Yeah, this is just the base part of it. I didn't even start any of the real pretty stuff yet to make it look really cool. But, here I was going to have, since it's saying that in the roadmap that they're going to have vehicles, I figured I'd have just some type of garage and all that. I was going to build, with how the biolab windows and all that were, there's going to be like a little control area right here. I was thinking, this is going to be so cool. And then up here, let's see if I can get up top. Okay. Here I was spacing things out for the biodomes. It looked pretty cool. And I was adding the glass and all up here. So, it was going to look cool. And then I was putting the little circulars up. It was, and then when the tier 2 biodomes came off, when we'd get them, I was going to shoot those things right above the water so they look like engine pods, and then put a little bit of that steel grating in between so I could throw out my algae growers and make it look really cool. I mean, that was the plan on all this. But unfortunately, yeah, I kind of foobarred this. So all this has to come apart. Now, another big problem, and I don't have a weak computer. I mean, I have a relatively decent one. I'm not running a 3080, but still, this big of a base starts to create graphic lag. And could I fix it by lowering the resolution, all that fun stuff? Yes, but I don't like that. So when you're building a huge base, be prepared for the lag. So when I come back and have this base torn down, it's going to be a lot smaller. In fact, it's probably going to be maybe a third of the size that it is now, because it just doesn't work. And I had set this up to where I had the open bays so we could have all the big massive heaters out here and also put nuclear power out. I thought this would be totally insanely crazy because here we have these, and I was going to fill this bay up with nuclear power, and then all the tier 4 generators were going to go there. Let's see. Oh wow, I don't have anything. Watch me die here. Okay, maybe I should get some supplies going, just so that doesn't happen again. There we go. But it was all turning out great. I mean, having these, building with the 2x2 big compartments, makes life so much easier. A whole lot easier. And really easy to decorate. Gives you a lot more options to decorate. And once you get the material recycler, you'll be able to reduce your storage down big time. So that's a technology you definitely want to strive for. Because, be quite honest, you only need 2 cabinets full of raw materials. not any more than that. 3, I'll probably go with 3 cabinets in this next build for each element. And then here, right here, this looks cool. Putting these, what, tier 3s in? I think these are tier 3s. Let's check. Yeah, these are tier 3s. So in the 2x2 compartment, that looks pretty cool. So yeah, highly recommended. And spacing your ladders out is definitely a must. But here, I was setting these up because these generate a ton of oxygen. And you can put doors right here to get outside your base. You know, everything was working. Everything was going to be glorious. And I wasn't putting any windows down here because I was either going to do the storage for all my mushrooms and all that fun stuff was going to go here in this whole area. And then let me take you up top. Here we were going to have this area out here to look, which was going to be nice. And then up here, I was going to have all my not food growers, but you know, for the mushrooms and all that fun stuff, because it just works. It works beautiful. But unfortunately, the base is way too big. So I have to fix that. And what other fun things? Oh, yes. We went the high speed for technology, which, you know, to me is great. But it gets to a point to where if you're not terraforming, you have to wait till you get the biodome. The biodome and the biolab before you can progress, because you need the explosive powder. Well, you can loot explosive powder, but it depends on where you're at in the terraforming index. See that number up on the top right, 55.27? That's how far we've gotten. And that's pretty much at 55. I do believe, achieved 100% lakes, or 50s at 100% lake. That's not high enough to loot the explosive powder out of chests. See, the higher I figured this out. The higher your terraformation is, the better loot you will receive in blue chests and in gold chests. So you might want to hold off looting a lot of the chests, like in the wrecks. Hold off. Just go after the small little chip cases. And hold off trying to loot the blue cases in the wrecks. Just loot the blue cases out in the wild. Go after those. And you're going to want to save the stuff in the wrecks because you want the higher end stuff. Now, do you have to do that? No, because your tech level will eventually get to the point where you can make everything. But I just wanted to put that out there, food for thought. Because we have tons and tons and tons of loot. We have the flowers and all that other fun stuff, and that's been one huge advantage is I've got a massive amount of flowers. So, it's a catch-22 of, do you wait for the loot or not? So, yeah. But I wanted to touch base with you, show you what's going on. This is going to be an extremely short video, at least for me. But yeah, so don't make those mistakes. It's disappointing because now I have to build a ton of storage I mean, a ton of storage to house the remnants of this base. I mean, I'm going to have to probably build like 50 lockers to hold all the mats for this base. So don't make this mistake. And life is good. And I will talk to you in the next episode. And we'll be able to go and do some fun stuff because I have... Oh, here's a teaser for you. One, I'm going to show you a hidden base, which is really important. And then I'm going to show you a hidden body. Yes, a hidden body. And that's all I'm going to say for right now. So, hopefully you found this informative and you won't make my mistake. I hope you're having a great day, because believe it or not, even with this mistake, hey, I'm having a great day. And I will talk to you in the next episode. Bye.